Excuse me, is anybody sitting here? Sorry, this seat's taken. Sorry.
Welcome to This Seat's Taken, where I'm your host, Rob Miranda. Got a guest making her debut on the podcast, sister of Fernando Jimenez, Miss Dayanara Jimenez. Thank you for coming on, dude.
Of course.
I'm excited to have you on because you are a big Mean Girls fan, correct?
Yes, I am.
And this is going to be the Mean Girls Review podcast. We're going to be talking about the remake 20 years later, but with a little bit of a twist on it. It's now a musical. A lot of the same characters in there, but it's going to be a reboot completely, and we're going to be sharing our thoughts on exactly how we feel about the new ones. We'll do like the songs comparison. We're going to talk about the original Mean Girls in 2004, and as well, we're going to be playing a little bit of game at the end. All right, so we're just going to dive right into it, because I feel like I have a lot to say about this movie. How did you feel about this movie?
If I were to rate it, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
That's pretty high, honestly.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I had a lot of like, okay, we had Megan Thee Stallion in there. Loved that. But anyway, I feel like it was
Wasn't she in there for like 2 seconds?
Yeah, but still, it's Megan Thee Stallion. I feel like it was good, but the musical part would throw me off. Like I would get into it because like I love the drama. I just love drama in movies. But then I would be into it. I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And then they would start singing, and I was just like,
that's. This is a true musical at heart. Honestly, this is how like musicals are. Instead of just playing songs, some musicals are like songs, existing songs. This one, the music was created for the specific one. This obviously is based off the 2004 version of Mean Girls, but then it turned into a Broadway play, and now they're bringing it to the big screen, making it its own. Did they need to remake this movie?
After watching it, I feel like no, it didn't have to be remade. Like I could have lived fine without it.
Yeah, if this movie never existed, I would have been totally cool with that.
It was cute.
I would have much rather seen a sequel than a reboot. To see like them as an adults now dealing with adult bullying, adult peer pressures. One of the ones that you could do is like mowing your lawn, peer pressure. Honestly, if you hear like your neighbor mowing lawn, maybe not for a woman, but like for a man, like now I gotta mow my lawn, kind of thing.
Right.
Just
but it
small
was still
jabs
cute
like that.
though. I loved like the characters and how everyone was casted.
Okay. I want to talk about the casting a little bit. Most of these people, besides like a handful and Meg Thee Stallion, are unknown actresses because they're very young. I looked them up. They're all born like 2000, 2001-ish, a little bit. So part of me thinks the reason the original one works a little bit more, all those actresses and actors were like in their upper 20s, the early 30s, playing younger characters. So they had a little bit ground underneath them. Like Lindsay Lohan has done a lot of acting before, and the girl plays, I can't remember her name, who plays Regina. She had like a handful of movies. The same year she had The Notebook come out. So she's very good. These ones, like I said, I never heard of. I don't think they have enough experience to do, not to say that they were bad, but I'm just not a fan of child actors.
Most of them were like Netflix actors, if that makes sense. They started off at Netflix and then they got like,
I actually think that I would compare them more like the fucking CW actors. You know who would have done a good job of Regina? Fernando's gonna like this. I think Cindy Sweeney would have been a good Regina George.
Yes. Oh my god, I never thought of that.
The more I thought about it, like, I think because like she's basically a mean girl in Sephora. You're Sephora. Sephora, yeah. Now the part of the reason the joke was Lindsay Lohan in the beginning, in the original movie, she was very attractive. She's hot. She's very pretty, but she's hot. And I think that was a little bit of a joke, like a new girl coming in. Oh, it's the hot girl now, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying this girl's ugly. She's cute. Don't get me wrong. But like, to fill in the footsteps of Lindsay Lohan, I don't know, dude. I think that was a miss there. I think they could have. I don't know who I would have casted as her. They probably had a better, someone who has seen, probably a Broadway actress.
I've never seen her in my life.
The original girl?
Yeah, never seen her in my life.
Let me look up her name because I don't want to do her dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, I don't even know how to fucking say her name. The last name was Rice, the first one.
Which one? Oh, I don't know how to say her name either. She's probably an upcoming star, or something. I don't know.
But her mom's played by Jenna Fisher, from Pam from The Office. Mm-hmm. Who couldn't pick a better because they looked a lot alike.
Yeah, I liked that how she played the mom because like she just knows how to play like the awkward like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like first time coming to America.
And another thing, I don't know if you noticed, like they cut out the dad.
Yes, they cut off the dad, and that was
It was
the
kind of like the
not
dad.
the best part, but like it was funny how like they were both like didn't know like
Yeah.
American lifestyle, and
Yeah.
I feel like
Or there's just a woman in general. Like
Yeah.
he really didn't know how to do. He plays the dad in the middle. There was an original one. He plays the dad in the middle, the sitcom show, and that's what he brought to the table. He was a sitcom dad. He brought that humor to it, and he just cut that out completely. Not to say like not that the parents are even involved in the story
Yeah.
like too much, but it's pretty whack. Now I'm just gonna talk about the cast, and then we'll get into the music a little bit too. Because we talked about Caddy. She did okay. She's a very pretty girl. There's some scenes that
it's pronounced Katie.
Katie. Yeah, I did. I did do that. I did do that. Katie. She's new to town, so she has to play that innocent. Like she doesn't really know cultural how we do art in the U.S.
Right.
I think she did a pretty good job about that. She plays a very innocent girl in the beginning. Now when she transitions into a plastic, I didn't buy it. Like she's like with like tight clothes, crossing her legs.
I didn't like how they dressed her. I
No.
didn't like it.
It was pretty whack. I don't even think they did Lindsay Lohan like that.
No.
Regina George, played by Renee Rapp with two P's, R-A-P-P.
I think she did a really good job playing Regina.
I did think she has a very good singing voice. That's a really good thing. I'm sure all these are real. They're real singing voices. She did good. A lot of her singing or dialogue was very cringe.
The Regina one.
The Regina song.
After a while, I was like, okay, I get it. You're Regina.
Yeah. My name is Regina George, and I'm a very big deal. That's the legit lines. I don't know. I thought I'm not calling her fat. She's just a bigger woman. Like she looked older than what she was, which is probably what they
Okay,
were going for.
I could see what you mean.
Because like there's a scene where they're face to face with Katie and Regina. Like she's like a whole foot and a half taller than her. Have you noticed that?
Honestly, no, I didn't notice
She
that.
was huge.
Well, she is Regina George.
And she didn't wear. She only wore like parachute pants. You notice that?
Yeah, I
It
did
drove me
notice
nuts.
that.
I was like,
yeah.
what are you doing? Very fashionable choices between the plastics.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go into the other plastics. What's the first one? Karen. I cannot stand that bitch in this one. I
Really?
hated her
I loved her, but they did dumb her down a lot.
a lot. So the difference between, for me, the original Karen, people are gonna hate me. I can't remember her name.
I don't know her name either, but
She's a very famous actress. But anyways, she played her. I felt like more innocent, kind of like Kelso from That 70s Show.
yeah.
Like she didn't know she was dumb. Like she legit. Those are genuine thoughts. Now this Karen, played by another actress, I cannot pronounce her name. You can tell it's not even her real voice.
Yeah, no.
She played it like she was going for a Kardashian voice.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
She pissed me off the whole time. I don't know. She's probably my worst part of this movie. I felt like
Really?
for me.
Really? Mine was the person that pissed me off the most was probably Janice.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get into her in a minute.
Actually. Yeah, kind of Janice.
Okay. But the other classic, Gretchen, I thought she was very good. Was very good.
I
She
liked
looked
her.
like a little bit of a word character. The one line they missed, like her hair is so big because it's full of secrets. They didn't say that in this
Yeah,
movie.
they did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it then. That's one of my favorite lines about describing them. Now we talk about Janice. Janice is a little bit different in this movie. Before, she was not a lesbian in the original one. Now this one, they fully made her a lesbian, and like she has a girlfriend by the end of it. I want to talk about that storyline in a little bit because I'm not happy about what they did with that. I don't care that she's a lesbian. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't cancel me. But I don't like how they did the
They just
storyline.
changed the storyline, which I mean, it's not
Yeah, we'll talk
supposed
about
to
that
be
in a
the
second.
same. You know what I mean?
But herself, she had a very good singing voice. I liked her big song at the end where she her song at the end kind of wraps up everything within 2 minutes. With the original, probably took like 15 to 20 minutes. I was like, that's kind of cheating. You know, like what's the scene where she gets hit by a bus? Like it's the end of her song. And it's like
Yeah.
nothing. Now the guy who plays Damien. God damn it! What is it with these people who don't know the name?
Foreign names.
Jaquil Spivey, who plays Damien.
Loved him.
He brought a lot of different things to this character. He's more theatrical, I should say, it's a musical. He's supposed to be.
Right.
He was very funny in some of the things he said. The only thing I can notice in this movie I'm assuming there was not a lot of improvisation as there was in the beginning, in the original. Because they got, like, I want my pink shirt back. That was an improv line. This one, I don't think they have enough way to play it. One, because they're new characters. New up-and-coming actors, and they're probably scared to try new things.
Right.
And two, it's a musical. It's already been a Broadway play. It's been rehearsed. It's been worked on for many years, and it works. So they don't want to mess with it. All right. Now, I want to talk into the music. Because right away, like the beginning scene, it's a song.
Yeah.
Like narrated, like to tell... This is gonna be a stupid comparison, but it's like Shrek. Like the beginning, go open a book, and it's all like, oh, once upon a time.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing, but with the music with Damien and Janice. Now it's like rock and roll, then it leads into Africa. I like how they did the changing the scenes where like they open up the garage door and they're in Africa. That was pretty cool. That's one thing I liked about multiple songs. It's a one camera shot. Like they're going down the hallway, they're going to different rooms, they come out a different hallway. That takes a lot of work, and I thought that was pretty sick how they incorporated it in this movie. Which song stood out to you the most, if you can remember any?
Honestly, I feel like I tuned most of them out. The only one that I remember is the I Am Regina George one.
It's because it's the most cringe. There are a handful of good songs in this movie. But what I like to download the soundtrack to musicals. Mm-hmm. This one I probably won't.
I feel like, I don't know, none of them really stuck out to me, so I was just like,
Would you watch this movie again in theaters?
Not in theaters.
You watch it at home?
If I'm like really bored, I don't know.
I said to myself,
it was cute.
It was cute. I would tell myself, like, I probably wouldn't watch this again in theaters, but my mom wants to see it, and I guess I'll go see it again.
Right.
Now let's back up a little bit.
Maybe like this, if I were to watch it again, I'd probably pay a little bit more attention to it.
Now I want to talk about the theater, because I skipped over this part. I want to talk about your theater experience, because I didn't go opening day like I usually do. I think I waited till the Sunday after to go to it. I went, and their AMC is doing this pretty cool thing. I have it here over my shoulder. They're selling this cool ass popcorn bucket where it looks like the Burn book. It opens up and it's a tin. I went there and I bought this, and I go into my theater and I sat down. I was like one of the first rows. I was the only one there. And then as the movie was getting closer, it gets packed.
Okay.
And every single person has to walk me by myself holding this Burn book, just watching the movie. I was like, I felt so embarrassed.
No, why?
It is cool, but like, I didn't even have popcorn in it. I was just holding the book.
You're gonna put it under your seat.
But you went like almost like a full week afterwards, right?
Yes.
How was it? So busy then, or how was it?
It wasn't too busy, was it? Not really. Oh my god, something funny did happen. So we saw like these little girls. How old do you think they were? Like 9, 10? I don't even know how old they were. They were like teenagers, and then they were like walking down the steps, and then Fernando goes, "They weren't even born when the first Mean Girls came out. What are they doing here?" And I started laughing. It was so funny. I was like, "Hey, they wanted to watch it."
So the first one came out 2004. How old were you when it came out? That? Huh?
20 years ago.
Yeah. How old were you when it came out?
No.
I wasn't 2. I think I was like 3, 4.
What year were you born?
2001.
So you're 3.
You're 3.
Yeah. I was like 7 or 8, so it's not that bad.
And I don't think I don't even know when the first time I watched it was.
No, it's like an instant classic. Like you've seen it, you feel like it's been around forever.
Right.
But you guys also went to a bar. Like not a bar in AMC, the bar in AMC, and you tried the specialty drink.
Yes, the Cool Mom drink, or it's called Cool Mom drink.
That is a sick name for
or the cool cocktail it was.
The cool cocktail.
I was looking at because they had like the props. They had like, I think they sold out of the Burn book, but they had like a big bucket of popcorn, and then they had a big like soda cup, and I was like, oh my god, should I get this? And then I looked over at the bar and I was like, I'll just get a drink instead. Yeah. It just caught my eye because it was just so pretty. Tito's.
Oh, you lost me there. I'm not a Tito's guy.
I'm not really a Tito's person anymore either, but it's Mean Girls. I had to do it. And then I had not strawberry, watermelon, like flavoring, and then I don't know what else I had. All I remember.
Was it strong?
Not really, honestly, no.
See, I don't get drinks at the bar and the theaters because, like, how much was that?
$14.99.
See, exactly. For something like you said, it wasn't even strong.
It's more than the movie.
Yeah, it is.
But
more than the
I
movie.
liked it though. It was cute. I liked it.
It is cool, and yeah, I guess sometimes you go for the experience. So I can
Yeah,
see that.
I liked it. I feel like I'll look up the recipe and do it again. Make
Not a
it
bad
again.
idea. You can have like a movie night with your girls and make something like that.
Right.
Okay. So the hardest thing about reboots to do, you're trying to capture the same magic you did with the original. On top of that, you're trying to gain a brand new audience, like those like young girls you just said you were going to see. It is almost impossible to juggle that. There are a handful of movies that are able to do it. For most of the time, it doesn't work. But they did try doing a little bit of twist on it, make it into a musical. The music, I don't know. If we were theater kids, like maybe it would feel different about it.
Yeah, maybe.
But we're just watching it for nostalgia.
Yeah.
We're trying to go see. We're curious about it, and I feel like we missed it. It just didn't hit, and I was very disappointed a little bit about it. The chemistry between each the characters, like Damien and Janice, I thought they clicked very well in this movie together.
Yeah.
The plastics, I don't know, Regina. Well, she's supposed to not get along with the other two.
Yeah.
So I guess she did her job there.
Yeah. Their plan was to break apart. Well, to get rid of their clique.
Yeah. Now there are a couple of characters that came back for this movie who played the same roles, and the teacher Tina Fey and the principal Tim Meadows.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned like they said some of the lines again. They brought back some of the famous lines, but they don't bring back all the lines. So the same jokes that they made in the original one, like Tim Meadows when he first introduced Katie.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I mispronounced your name. Like I got a sister who named her son Anthony, and I know he gets mad when I call him." He didn't say
Anthony,
that.
yeah.
I was sitting there waiting for it. I was like,
yeah. So in some parts, like you said, I was waiting for them too. I was like, oh, they're gonna say it, and then they would like say something completely different. But I mean, I guess they couldn't bring everything back because 2004 was a different time, also. So.
Yeah, I guess. But they changed their characters a little bit too, because in this movie they are a couple.
Yes.
I thought that was
I liked that.
That was the only thing I really liked that they did for the fans in this movie.
Yeah, I liked that.
He had a weird, creepy crush on her, and like the scene like where she accidentally took off her top.
Yeah.
They cut that joke out of there. I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like it couldn't all be the same for the reboot, and it was also made to be a musical as well, so they probably had to cut some parts out.
They were still funny in there, even though like they didn't sing themselves. I think they could have. But Tina Fey does not age, dude.
No, she doesn't.
Looks so good.
But the principal did.
Yeah, he was just in Hobart, or he's coming to Hobart this week, I think, for a stand-up show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I
Still
would go
doing
see
big
him.
things.
This is a fun fact I was going to get to later, but they brought back his cast in this movie. Now, in the original movie, he broke his arm in real life like a week before they started shooting, and they just wrote it into the script as what's that surgery called? It's right here in attendance. I can't remember what it is. Anyways, but they brought that in here, and I think he broke it playing skateboarding with his son or nephew or something like that. And then they just wrote in this, and they just put it back in the movie with this. I don't think they even acknowledged it this time.
No, they didn't acknowledge it. He just had his little cast. His carpal tunnel didn't come back.
That's what it was. Carpal tunnel. Yeah. I have some more facts about the original. I'll get into a little bit later. But this one, another thing I got mad about, they cut out a lot of locations, like
the mall.
The mall.
That's what I was most upset about. I feel like the mall part's like iconic.
Yeah, there was another one. There's a couple other ones too that they just summed up in the high school. I was kind of mad.
Yeah, it mostly took place in the high school.
Yeah, which I don't know. I guess it's more like a theater play that would do that. But I don't know. You didn't even see like outside of the school. You didn't see their. I don't know. I was kind of bummed about it. Regina's mom in this movie. How did you feel about her?
I wasn't impressed by her. She
played it weird.
Yeah, she was really weird about it. She was a cool mom. She did give that vibe, but it wasn't like comparing it to the mom from the original movie. It's just like
they didn't even bring back that boob joke.
Yeah, I know. And the little sister, when she was watching,
yeah,
I think she was watching Playboy.
She was watching Missy Ellie. My Milkshakes, that's what songs.
Oh.
She was watching Playboy.
She was. I think so.
She's watching a music video.
Oh.
Huh?
Huh?
That scene just passed.
Oh. We're watching it in the background.
Yeah, and that her Janice's job,
Yeah, at the mall.
which is how they get the face cream. They cut that out completely. I was pretty disappointed about that stuff.
They like switched it up a little bit on that.
The mom, I hated the mom so much in this movie. She played it more like she wanted to be involved in their lives, which the other one did too, but she did it more in a comical way. This one she played in a more desperate way, I felt like.
Yeah.
It just wasn't funny, it was annoying.
Yeah.
Cuz like, "Oh, I found your burn book." I was like,
Yeah,
I
didn't really like that part, how she found it. Like, I don't know.
Shut the fuck up. Like in the original, like they were actively using the burn book, but this one they're like, "Oh, we made it like a couple of years ago when we just forgot about it." Come
Yeah.
on, dude. Now, the burn book is something that the girls made. They put a girl's picture in there and they write something mean about them. Like she has bad breath, or she's a skank, or something pretty fucking horrible like that. And the premise is like at the end of the movie, Regina reveals that there's a burn book and she gets everyone in trouble. To see the movie if you haven't seen it. But you can't compare this to the original. Do you think if the original never existed and this is the first one that came out, do you think it would be better?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I maybe like a point better. Not a whole lot better.
Really?
Because like the whole thing about the original one, it's relatable bullying. Like we went to high school. Like we know how bullies were. I don't think our generation can relate a whole lot to a bullying. I think bullying's a little bit different when we were growing up. Like I think cyberbullying was more of a thing when we were growing up versus this stuff. Because this one, they were like straight up fucking mean to people. It's like I don't remember anybody being that mean to me.
Right.
Oh, not to my face at least. Yeah. But that's what made it so likable. Like, it was relatable. Like girls talking about shit to each other, which they still do. I still do about other people. Like it's fucking bullying. I mean, I hate to admit it, but I am a bully. I'm a bully. I'm an ass. I can say it. But this one, I hate the fact that it's like 50-plus-year-olds writing for teenagers, because they're writing them based off of stereotypes. Like, who in this fucking mind acts like this? Like. And you brought up Janice. How we talked about how she's a little bit different in this one. She's a lesbian, and the reason I didn't like her storyline. The whole reason in the beginning, the first movie, Janice doesn't like Regina, is because she started spreading a rumor that she was a lesbian, and she's like, all the girls made fun of her, so like that. But now it's 20 years later, gays, lesbians, trans are way more accepted than they were then. But the fact that they made her a lesbian, and she got mad that she told people she was a lesbian, it made no sense to me. Why would you get mad? Like I get it, like maybe like.
You didn't want people to know yet.
Yeah, and you're still figuring it out. But also, everyone made fun of her being a lesbian. 95% of the school is gay or trans. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you so ashamed, upset about it? Like, that's why I hate it, about people writing for teenagers. Like, everyone has to be so flamboyant. Which when we grew up to high school, yeah, there was gay kids there, but they acted more like Damien on the first one. Like, he wasn't flamboyant. Like, they just made small comments. That was funny. Because this Damien was fucking.
I loved him.
He was funny. I think I would like to see him in more comedies.
Yeah.
He was so. He was very good at expressing his facial expressions, his movements. He's very theatrical. He's very talented.
Yeah.
He has a great voice in this movie. I'm still gonna pick the original Damien all day, every day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This one was more gay to function.
He was more gay to function in this movie.
He did do a really good job of playing Damien, though. I will say that. I loved his little talent show part too.
The iCarly.
It was the iCarly theme song. I was
Instead
like,
of "I Am Beautiful."
I was a little upset that he didn't do "I Am Beautiful"
or a different song or a different clip.
But I liked how he made it sound so fancy and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I've never heard this song. And
he could have did a Doja Cat song. That'd have been more funnier.
But then the principal was like, oh, you played he was singing the iCarly theme song
in French, and they did black and white and everything like that.
Yeah, too. I was like, oh, also about the talent show, I really liked how they changed the dance.
Yeah, I was expecting them to.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Jingle Bell Rock is iconic, but I liked how they did, a whole other dance, too.
But they fucked up the joke, and they didn't do the part where she kicks the radio into the guy's face.
Yeah,
and they didn't do, they were a cappella singing. They did switch it up, and then Regina George falls and slips, and everyone sees her ass. and like it goes viral. And the part when it goes viral, they saw real TikTokers, like famous TikTokers, in this movie. I thought that was pretty cool. I can't remember the one. She always does it in her car, but she's fucking hilarious. You know what I'm talking about? I guess you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. I do.
I know that one guy.
I
in there
recognized Nia from Dance Moms.
Too. I don't know who that is. But you know, TikTok is a real thing that they did incorporate a little bit.
Yeah, I liked how they incorporated a lot of social media and how they did like the polls, like Katie versus Regina.
Yeah, the Instagram polls. One thing I did miss that they did incorporate in this one too, like, is like the original. They did shots of like random girls throughout the high school. Like, I heard Regina did this. Like, I heard she did commercials in Japan and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They didn't do any of that. It's like again.
Yeah, they didn't really do that.
Which TikTok is the place to do that, or Instagram or something like that. They could have did that again. They fucked up. Oh,
you don't seem too happy.
No. And another thing you talked about, they did some of the same lines a little bit, which I'm not mad about. I like that they did that, but I hate the way they delivered it.
Yes.
They did do it in a way like this is for the fans. Like, we're going to put this in there again. But they punctuated like to make it like, this is for the fans. You know, like, you are going to remember this shit. Like, that famous line, I want my pink shirt back. You know, he yelled it out of a car. Like I said, that was an improv line. And this one, and I want my pink shirt back. I was like, what the fuck was that? Who does that? I hated how they do stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
I like, the more I'm talking about this, the more I'm shitting on it. And I was going to have your guys' friend, Utah on this movie, but I know this is like his favorite
loves
movie.
Mean Girls,
And I don't want to have him come on this podcast and me just shit on it in front of him.
Oh my god, no.
How did he like the movie? Did you guys hear about that?
He said he gave it a 7.5.
Did he like love it though?
No.
I haven't talked to him about it, but me and him bond over Mean Girls.
Mean Girls is very funny. It's one of those. It's so quotable. It's easy to remember. Now let's talk about how the plot line a little bit. This is for the same. It's the same plot for both movies. Katie is the new girl in town. She has no friends. She meets Damien and Janice to make friends a little bit. Now she's invited by what we call the plastics, who are the most popular girls, the most superficial girls, just bullies, to hang out with them because she's pretty and she's hot, which is a big point missed in the second one. Again, she's pretty, but now to get back at them because Janice hates them, she's like, let's fuck with them a little bit. They're assholes, so let's just ruin their lives. Let's break them up. So they target Regina a little bit, and to break her, they fuck with her love life, which we didn't even talk about. Her boyfriend, Aaron Samuels. We'll talk about him in a second.
Yeah, I forgot
and they
about him.
fuck about her looks and her weight. To go with her weight, they fuck up. They give her some
Caltine bars
to make her gain weight. She tricks her to thinking that she's losing weight. They fuck with her facial, like her beauty, by putting. I think they put lard in this one,
yeah.
which is way worse than the foot cream in the original one. And then for her boyfriend, they expose her cheating.
Yeah.
Now, this is where we're gonna plug, do a horrible transition to the plug, because you do work in the skincare world, right?
Yes, I'm an esthetician.
What would lard do to your face?
It would just break you out because
Pretty fucking bad.
lard is greasy and it'll clog your pores and it'll cause breakouts.
And that's when our audience can go see you to go take care of that, right?
Yes.
What exactly do you do in detail? Like, you just tell me, like, how would your job entail?
So I do facials and I do waxing, and then I recently got trained in Morpheus 8, and that is RF microneedling, and it's basically like skin tightening, and that's a whole other situation that I can talk about. But yeah, and also chemical peels. Sorry, I forgot.
What's
I do
chemical
chemical peels. Basically, it is. You know how like snakes shed?
Okay. Yeah.
Your skin basically sheds and
You can
sheds all the dead skin, and it revives a new skin. So there's different types of peels for your.
She peels you, literally.
Yeah, you literally
Really?
peel. So like,
Does that hurt?
it doesn't hurt. No.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
Do you practice on Fernando at all?
no, he's never came to me.
That's pretty lame.
But there's different types for different type of skin conditions.
Yeah.
So if you have like sunspots, acne scars, anything like that.
That's wild. That's
yeah.
pretty intense. That's a pretty cool job, though. It's very interesting.
Yes.
Do you like doing it?
Yes, I like it. I've
Did
always
you like cringe when they like put lard on their face?
yes, a little bit. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But for Katie's point of view, she did a good job. If that's what she wanted to happen to Regina.
Yeah, and she gets like a pretty fucking massive fucking pimple on her cheek in
Yeah.
this one. And then the stupid fucking Karen's like, it's like a boob on your face.
Yeah.
She had a song that stood out to me that made me cringe a lot, like the sexy song where she dressed up for like Halloween.
Yeah. I didn't. That was not needed.
No, because it starts off like, if I had one wish, it would be world peace. Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you
And then
dumbass.
they took out the cousin part where she likes
I
her
know. I thought that. I don't know. And then like the dancing was a little bit weird. Like, because there was a part where everyone started. No, like
She did a good job of dancing, but I felt like it was too.
but it was all TikTok
It
dances.
was
I
too
felt
long.
Like. It was really long.
It was really long.
I don't know. I just didn't like any of that. It was gross. No.
She looked cute though. I
Aaron's-
liked her outfit. I'll give her props for that. Her Halloween costume was really cute.
She was a mouse.
Yeah.
Duh.
Duh.
But it was all TikTok dances. I felt like, you know.
Well, yeah, but that's what's trending now. So I mean, what can you do?
So, a lot of the original was written by Tina Fey specifically, like not to include any topical or trends during that time period because she wanted to remain timeless.
Mm-hmm.
One of the words is fetch.
Mm-hmm.
She invented the phrase fetch like as a slang word because she didn't want it to phase out in real life and like say like, oh, that's word or word up or something like that, you know, because that, you know, we hear that now and it's fucking cringe. Even cringe is gonna wear out one day. I probably already did. I'm just overusing it. But this one, they're specifically using trends now, so this is not going to be enjoyable in the next 15 years. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like the songs, to me, the songs, TikToks, the reels. Like, who knows what's fucking gonna happen? In a couple
Right.
years. So that's another thing that they kind of just didn't listen to in the original one, which is weird because Tina Fey was a producer on this one.
Yeah.
Aaron Samuels. Let's talk about him for a second, because he's a big part of the plot. The guy who plays him, he was pretty good. He didn't have any singing rules, I don't think, in this one.
I know. Yeah, I don't think he sang either.
The big line, Christopher Brinney, the big line that Katie says to him, it's October 4th. They kind of like really brushed over it. October 3rd. Thank you. I'm fucking up all these things. They brushed over that line really quick. I was like, that's a pretty big line that the fans would have enjoyed.
Yeah.
And like, if you like sneezed, you would have missed it, you know?
Yeah.
The flirting with that one a little bit, it just didn't feel natural.
I did like how when he found Regina cheating on him.
Yeah.
I like how they got caught. Cause another one, I feel like I'm like, oh my god, like I want him to get caught, but they didn't get caught.
I kind of wish that they did that though in this one.
Really?
You said they got caught like right away in this one, and you say
Okay, yeah, I didn't like how it happened right away either. I feel like that whole situation of breaking up him and Regina happened a little too fast too.
Yeah, Regina walked weird in this one. Did you notice that? I'm just hating on her. She walked like an old woman in this one.
I didn't pay attention to her walking that much,
I was studying hard.
but I liked how that happened. And then
Kevin G. What do you think about Kevin G?
I feel like
They downplayed him.
I liked his talent show part.
It was the same exact song.
Yeah.
It was the same exact song. If you're gonna change everything else in this movie,
Yeah.
give me a different song.
No, I like that they kept it the same though.
But I didn't.
But I feel like his acting was forced.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't
He
like
was a
acting.
Disney Channel star. It seemed like, you know.
Is he
playing
on
it-
right
Yeah,
now?
it's on right now.
I love okay. My brother actually has a friend that looks like Kevin G.
Who's that?
My other brother.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about my other brother has a friend that looks like Kevin G.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
That was a good.
And him and Janice end up together this time.
In the original one you did, yeah.
Yeah, but not the new one.
No, this guy is big eared, sounds weird.
Weirdo. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
They even had the same scene where he rips off his shirt and it just did not do the same.
Didn't hit the same.
No. I feel like they cut some of his scenes though. But I Am Beautiful, the talent show with Damien, I wanted that back. I wanted it back. Again, like it would have been funny, like if we like did Doja Cat or Olivia Rodrigo, one of their songs.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty funny.
Oh, I liked the iCarly theme song though.
I didn't even know it was iCarly until
I
you said
didn't.
it,
Yeah, I
though.
didn't know either. And then I was like, oh shit, that makes sense now.
Again, I don't think I would go see this again in a movie. in theaters. I'm not shitting on the production because, like I said, there were a lot of the dance. I was very impressed. Like, it was one shot for like 4 or 5 minute long, where they just go throughout the multiple rooms. I thought that was very impressive, and I'm sure it took a lot of time into work. Maybe if I were to go see the actual play itself, I might like it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But a lot of the dialogue, a lot of the singing was very cringe. Like, I am Regina George, and I'm a very big deal. She said it like 50 times.
Yeah.
You're not that big of a deal. I don't give a fuck about you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not my Regina George. Katie, the actress who plays her, she's very good. Like I said, she's very talented.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna shit on the actress's performances itself. It's just the way, like, we're so used to like these other girls, and
Right.
again, like, I think a lot of it has to do with that they were older, a little bit older, and they were more experienced than these younger ones. And like, this is how Hollywood was working now. Like, they want, for whatever reason, people to play their appropriate age in these movies, because that was a big trend. Like, people in the fucking 30s playing, like, fucking Grease. Like, people in the 40s were playing teenagers.
Right. A lot of people didn't know it was gonna be a musical.
They did miss that market a lot.
Mhm.
They didn't really.
In the
play
Mean
into
Girls,
it.
in Mean and the A, there was a little music note, and a lot of people did miss that.
I don't know why they. Well, when I told people it was a musical,
Well,
it turned them off right away.
When I watched the trailer,
You barely even see people
there
dancing.
was no musical. No.
You don't even see dancing.
I saw dancing, but
They were-
actually, I don't even know. I didn't really see dancing.
They could have even played one of the songs in the trailer, which they
Yeah, they
didn't.
played the Olivia Rodrigo song, which wasn't even in the movie.
Yeah. I thought maybe that was gonna be in the movie, but no, it was a big miss. I was gonna talk something else about the new one. I can't remember what I was gonna say. I'm giving this a 5 out of 10.
Really?
That's pretty generous. You going 7 out of 10 still?
Still 7. Maybe if I watch it again, it could go down. It could go up. I don't know.
Would you consider Mean Girls a Christmas movie?
I
I had this debate a couple times.
don't know. Yes, but no, because
I guess if you do Christmas, you have to consider it a Halloween movie too.
oh yeah, because I remember on ABC Family when they would do like 31 Days of
And it was on there?
Halloween. Yeah.
Oh.
And then what was it, like 25 Days of Christmas? I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
They would play Mean Girls.
It's a year-round Universal movie.
Yeah, Universal movie.
Did you relate to a little bit to any of this movie?
Yeah, a little bit. Cause I feel like, wait, which one?
If you were in this,
Mean Girls in
either
general.
one.
Or the, oh.
Yeah, Mean Girls in general.
I feel like
Which character do you relate to the most?
I would say a little bit of Karen and a little a little bit of Karen, a little bit of Gretchen,
Gretchen, full of secrets.
and maybe a little bit of
You Regina.
all through. I don't know.
A little bit of Gretchen. She asked me how to spell orange. They changed it up a little bit. She asked me is there D in orange.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, when they took her to her class, when they went outside, they didn't do that either.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. One of the locations things.
Yeah.
Like the back building.
I just thought about that again.
And then how they introduced them, they did it a little bit different. Like, they're just in the cafeteria just chilling. In the original one, Gina, is it Gina? Yeah, Gina makes the map of the cafeteria. Like, the jocks, the cool kids, like, the nerds, the Asians. Which table are you sitting at? Or did you sit at?
I don't know.
I used to sit with I never skated, but I would sit with the skater kids
I
at
would just
lunch.
sit with, I don't know. We didn't really have a name. I just sat, I don't know.
I think when you
Munster
went
was,
to high
like,
school,
weird.
when you went to high school, stuff like that started going away.
We were
Yeah.
Mexicans.
The Mexicans, hanging out with the
That's what you were.
Mexicans, yeah. Did you
I
sit with
don't-
the other Mexicans?
No. There wasn't a lot of Mexicans.
Yeah, you went to Monster, I guess.
Well, okay,
yeah.
so our lunches were like, I don't know I don't know where you went.
I went to Lake Central.
Okay. Oh, there's a lot of people there.
There's a ton of people. My
Ton of
graduating
people
class
there.
had like 900 people, maybe.
Oh wow. So you guys probably did this too, but we had like different lunches, like A,
Yeah.
B, C. And I never had lunch with my friends. Never.
Did you ever have to sit in the bathroom for your lunch?
Thought about it.
We used to have like we could sit in the hallway too, and like that's where I would sit.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, they used to do that, but then people started like vaping and stuff, so they had to like Oh,
Losers.
they had to like guard the hallways and stuff because they would go to like another bathroom and like sneak into another bathroom and vape in there. And
I think the year before I got into high school was the first year they stopped letting people leave the campus, which that would have been cool. But I don't know. I took automotive class, and a lot of people just sneak out there and just
It's
fucking
kinda
go to
cool.
McDonald's down the street, come
Yeah.
back with like they would take
Yeah.
everyone's orders. Yeah, and then was like that. My sophomore year is when Michelle Obama started taking over, and like because we used to have Pizza Hut Pizza Hut in our school and shit like that.
oh wow,
Yeah.
I don't know where I would sit though. I was a cheerleader, but I didn't sit with the cheerleaders.
Where would Fernando sit?
With the Mexicans.
The
I'm
Mexicans.
just kidding.
The cool Asians, the nerd Asians.
The cool
The
Mexicans.
cool Mexicans. The dancers. It was over
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Now let's go back 20 years a little bit. I have a lot of fun facts about the original movie that I wrote down here. This movie, I found the original script for this movie, first of all. There was a whole new character that was going to be a big part of this movie that they cut out completely. For what reason, I don't know. But he was going to be like the third friend between Janice and Damien. It was I forgot what his name was. But he was going to have like a crush on, always hitting on the teacher, kind of a relationship with her. And then when they found the burn book, they were going to pin the book on him for whatever fucking reason. I forgot what it was. And so it was a little bit different. So to read some of the jokes, I was like, oh man, like it kind of seemed funny. Especially the part like he was flirting with the teacher. That would have been pretty funny. But they just didn't do it for some reason.
Maybe he just would have been in the way or something.
I don't know. But in the original movie, it's a PG-13 movie, but they did have to change a lot of the jokes because it was going to be rated R. For example, in the scene where Katie asked if her muffin was buttered, the line was originally going to be, "Is your cherry popped?"
Oh my god.
So it was pretty aggressive. And the same went for the girl who said made out with a hot dog. It was going to be masturbated with a hot dog. But they had to change it to keep it PG-13. Initially, Lindsay Lohan was casted as Regina, but she decided to play the nice girl because so the public would not base her on her real personality on Regina's. Now, Rachel McAdams, who played Regina, she was chosen to play the mean girl because only nice girls can play mean girls, according to a producer. I was like, that's kind of, I guess. I mean, the term "fetch," we already talked about this, was invented by Tina Fey so it can remain timeless, which it does. I was wondering, I wonder if she invented it, just to see if it would catch on afterwards, to see if people would actually start using "fetch." It never fucking caught on.
No.
I say it sometimes.
Do you?
I say it sometimes.
Do you? You think it's gonna come back?
I say it sometimes when just we're messing around with my friends or
You're
something.
doing the fucking people's skin, your skin's gonna look so fetch.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
You're gonna start
And
working that
then
in there.
I don't know when it was, but the other day my coworker, we were talking about something and she was just said it playing around. She was like, "Oh, that's so fetch."
Oh my goodness.
I think people say it as a joke.
They do say it as a joke. Amy Poehler, who plays Mrs. George in the original, she was only 7 years older than Rachel McAdams, her daughter.
Yeah.
I want my pink shirt back is an improvised line. We are, for people who are not watching this on YouTube, we are both wearing pink shirts.
Yes, we are.
The scene where Caddy walks in on Jason and Gretchen kissing at the party, you know what I'm talking about? It was originally going to be her walking in on her giving him a BJ, but it was changed for a PG reading.
Wow.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler actually coached Rajiv, who played Kevin G, how to do the rap. I thought that was pretty hilarious. Amy Poehler pinned a cocktail wiener into her bra to encourage the chihuahua to chew on it. Amanda Seyfried, I'm saying this wrong. Amanda Seyfried, who plays Karen in the original one, was supposed to play Katie, but the producer Lorne Michaels, the guy who created SNL, thought she was be better as the dumb girl.
Oh my god.
Like I said, she did a great job.
She did do a
playing
good
it. Like I
job,
said, she
yeah.
didn't play the dumb girl. She plays an innocent girl. I felt like. The skirts in the talent show were made of plastic to resemble the plastics.
Oh, wow.
Small details like that in this movie. Glenn Coco is a real person.
Never really see his face.
No, Glenn Coco is a real person. That was a friend of Tina Fey's that she just included in the line. And she said it ruined his life because that's what everyone keeps saying to him. And this one, like I said, another punctuated line, joke. And Glenn Coco, you call Glenn Coco. I was like, shut up, dude. Who the fuck talks like this.
Yeah.
10 years later, Daniel, I'm going to say his name wrong, Frenzel, the guy who plays Damien in the original one, he came out as gay in real life. And he said it was encouraged, like, because he had a lot of I follow him on TikTok. He said, like, a lot of people have always reached out to him, said, like, his character helped him come out as gay. And I guess all those reactions made him come out as gay, help him come out as gay. James Franco was considered for Aaron Samuels.
Wow.
I would have liked that.
I liked Aaron Samuels, though.
The reason Aaron Samuels was chosen to play that character is because Tina Fey thought he looked like Jimmy Fallon a little bit.
Oh.
Interesting.
Shut up. Scarlett Johansson tested for Karen and also did Ashley Tisdale and Blake Lively.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
They would have. Ashley Tisdale would have been good.
She'd been very young, though, I think, around the time.
Really?
Because she was in Sweet Life and Cody around this time.
That's true.
I guess Scarlett Johansson, too. I don't know how old she is, but Blake Lively, they're all very young. I don't know.
Because Ashley Tisdale's like a mean girl in High School Musical.
High School Musical, yeah.
Love her.
This is the first non-Disney movie Lindsay Lohan made.
Oh, nice.
And the last cool fact I got about this movie. When Damien's singing I Am Beautiful, and when they were recording it, there was nobody in the audience. The only person in the audience was his mom, which I thought was a very cool thing. So he was singing to his mom in that thing.
Aww.
And then I don't know what happened. Maybe she was the one who threw the shoe at him. That was a funny detail. Like, I wish they did something like that. That would have been funny.
Yeah, no one threw anything at him. Did
No.
they? No.
And they missed a lot.
I feel like no one really made fun of Damien in this movie.
Or Janice,
Like
really.
they did in
Like, oh,
the
nice
first
sweater,
movie.
Janice. What's it made out of?
your mom's chest hair.
They didn't do any of this.
No.
I don't know.
I feel like Janice wasn't Janice.
No, maybe.
But I mean, I get it.
Maybe they're afraid they're gonna get canceled or something like that. I don't know. Which one is? Last questions here. Like, which one's more relatable, the first one or the modern day one?
I don't know. I feel like I could relate to both of them.
You're gonna bring it into song. All right. Now, coming to the end of the review, I got a little game for you. We're gonna play. And the prize is it's 10 questions. If you get at least 8 out of 10 right,
Oh my
I got
God.
a prize for you. So it's gonna be who said it from the original Mean Girls in 2004. So I have a list of 10 quotes here.
Okay.
And if you consider yourself a true fan, you have
We'll
to
see.
you have to know their names. You can't say, "Oh, that one guy," or "What's her name?" You know, you have to say their name.
Okay.
So the first question is, or the first quote is, "Damn, I'd rather see you out there shaking that thing."
Kevin G.
Kevin G. Number 2, God, I love seeing teachers outside of school. It's like seeing a dog walk on their hind legs.
Janice.
Janice did say that. Number 3, oh my God, Danny DeVito, I love your work.
Damien.
Damien did say that. On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Karen.
Karen did say that. 5, she's so weird. She just started coming up to me and started talking to me about crack.
Katie.
Katie does say that. Number 6, you guys need
I'm
anything?
getting
Some
so
snacks?
nervous.
A condom? Yeah, let me know. God love you.
Regina's mom.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Wait, what was her name?
They just have Mrs. George in the script.
Okay.
Gina, you're wearing sweatpants. It's Monday.
Gretchen.
Gretchen did say that. You're at 7 for 7, dude. You're flying through these. She doesn't even go here.
Damien.
Damien did say that. 2 more. Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
Regina.
Regina says that. And the last question, we like to get jackets.
Kevin G.
Kevin G did say that. Yeah.
I've watched the first one, too many times.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And for that, I'm going to give you the popcorn bucket.
Yay!
For those of you who can see, like the little Mean Girls popcorn bucket, it opens up as a cool tin. You can put your weed in there.
I don't smoke, but
Oh, that's the joke for another movie. It's a cool little tin bucket.
She's better at games on this seat's taken than me.
Yeah, you're way better than your brother. Who
exciting.
I don't know if you saw that clip where your brother played 20 questions and it turned into like 20 minutes.
Oh my God. This is so exciting.
Yeah. Well, Mean Girls, it was an experience. I'm not mad at seeing it. I'm mad how it turned about. It was very fun. It was very nostalgic for a little bit, even though it didn't really do it justice. I felt like I still felt good reliving that little bit because I did go back and watch the original like twice since then. I thought it was very funny. Are there going to be any breakout stars in this? I can see if I see Damien, like the guy who plays Damien.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, that's that one guy. Good for him,
Yeah.
kind of guy. Other than that, I don't like the girl who plays Karen. Like, she was the worst part of this fucking movie for me.
Really?
She was so fake. I hated her. Final thoughts on the movie. Should people go see this?
You should give it a chance and see if you like it. I don't know.
Okay. What kind of movies are you into?
I like I said in the beginning, I love the drama, so I like drama, comedy movies.
Drama, comedy movies.
Yeah. Rom-coms, yeah.
Okay.
I like anything that'll make me laugh.
Trying to recommend a movie for you. It's like a drama, kind of comedy. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Have you seen that? Very good movie. It's one of my favorites. If you wanted to see a good drama, like a crazy good drama, it's not really comedy at all. Past Lives. It's probably one of the top movies of the year 2023, and no one really heard about it.
Okay.
It's an A24 movie. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Now, rom-coms, I think I was talking about with your brother. It's on Netflix right now. I've seen it in theaters, but it's on Netflix now. Love Again. It's a very, very cheesy romantic movie about like these people who meet. I think the girl's boyfriend her fiance dies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this other guy, totally random, starts getting text messages from her. And I guess he has her fiance's old phone number.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh shit, like she's writing to me. I think she's writing to her dead boyfriend. I forgot how he comes to the conclusion. But he just starts creeping on her, and he uses that information to make her fall in love with her almost. And, long story short, they fall in love for real.
Oh.
And then, for whatever reason, Celine Dion comes in, intertwines, like, as herself. Like, you guys belong together. It's like, shut up, dude. It's a good, cheesy movie, though.
That sounds like a good movie.
Valentine's Day is coming up, and I
Yeah.
would recommend that movie.
Yeah.
Are you a big theater fan? Like, do you go to the movies a lot?
Not really, honestly. I went the past 2 times that we've gone is the most I've gone in like
What was the second one?
Anyone But You.
Oh yeah, we did go see that together.
Yeah.
I did see that twice.
I really like that movie.
That is a good.
But I feel like I know the year just started,
but
but this is the most times I've gone to the movie theaters.
really, I've been
Yeah.
slacking on going to the theater.
I usually like to wait when they come out so I can watch in the comfort of my own home.
Some movies you have to go see in person though. Like this, Mean Girls would not hit the same if you watch it at home.
I don't know.
Because
I'm just a homebody, so.
Because it sucked. You would not be looking at it. You'll be looking at your phone half the time. I know. That's how I would be at least.
True.
What movies are coming out this year? The last question for you. What movies are coming out this year that you were excited for?
I don't remember the name of it, but Sydney Sweeney's in it also. It's when they're like, there's 3 girls, I think.
Madam Web, something like that.
I don't know.
Is that one Madam Web? Where she's like a Spider-Woman?
Spider-Woman kind of thing.
I don't know.
That movie looks like that suck.
It looked good. I don't know.
All right. I'm not gonna shit on that movie.
I feel like I don't really pay attention to movies.
That's
as
coming out on
much
Valentine's Day.
anymore.
You gonna go see it on Valentine's Day?
Maybe.
Is a movie a good date night?
I guess so.
I think it's a good date night. I don't think it's a good first date night.
Yeah, definitely not a
first, like,
first
2
date.
3
Yeah,
days.
no, yeah. Depends what movie you're watching as well. Like if you guys both really want to see it, then it's a good date night movie. Like
All
I
right.
remember one time I went to go see, what's that one movie? Oppenheimer with my boyfriend, and I fell asleep. Sorry, Chris.
It was like a 3-hour movie.
Fell asleep.
Half it's in black and white.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. All right, so this is a funny story about a date night movie. I met this girl for his first date. She actually wanted to go to the movies. Okay, guys, like I said, I'm against that. And she wanted to go see that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And for you, those of you who don't know, it's like a mother-daughter relationship story, but there also is a love story between the wife and husband, where he wants to get divorced, and they find out the whole thing is like a multiverse. And you start thinking, I don't want to get into it, but the whole time it's a long movie, and this is our first date. She wanted to go see, and the whole time I'm watching this movie, this movie has me thinking about somebody else. I was like, this is not a good sign, and it just broke things off from there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like first dates going to the movies is just awkward because you guys can't really talk and like get to know each other. It's just like sit there, watch the movie after. What do you think of it?
Yeah. I mean, like I don't know. If you go somewhere afterwards, it might be a little bit different. But
Yeah.
if you like, see you later at the end, it sucks.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on, dude. I'm super excited you came on. This is your debut on the podcast. Your brother Fernando's been on a handful of times. And you said you were in a rom-com, so if any good rom-coms coming on, I'll keep you in mind. One more time, plug your professional Instagram if you want to.
Okay. It's at Dayanara_evolve med spa. And I'm there.
Oh God.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'll just tag you. Can
you add it right here? You know how YouTubers add it right here? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know how to do that, so you're gonna look dumb doing that.
Okay.
It's okay. Well, I'll tag it. Don't worry. But go ahead. Where are you currently based out of? Working on that, in Cherville or?
Yeah, I'm in Cherville.
Okay, so you're in the Cherville, Indiana area. If you want to go get younger skin, go check it out.
Get your skin right. I'll get your skincare routine.
End it on your favorite Mean Girls quote.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I know this. Okay. So you think you're really pretty?
Well, thank you for everyone listening to the podcast. Subscribe to the Instagram, TikTok page. Thank you again for coming on. I had a good time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, stay tuned next week where I'll be saving you a seat.